Hello and welcome to our corner of the internet. My name is Maragos and today we're reviewing the Evergoods Civic Half Zip 22 liter. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into the features of this backpack. So you are getting a 500D or 500 denier high tenacity nylon fabric with a water repellent finish and a PU coating. So I know I just threw out a lot of words there, so what does that mean? So when it comes to denier, that's just going to be the thickness and weight of the individual threads in the fabric. The nylon is going to give you some durability and weather resistance, but when it comes to fabric, it can be subjective sometimes. And PU is going to be a polyurethane coating that's going to protect the bag from weathering. You're also getting a harness on this bag. You get a padded and suspended laptop compartment. You've got two water bottle holders with corner cutouts so that sand and dirt and stuff can pass through. You've got one quick access pocket on the outside. You've got an interior security pocket, as they call it, right here. You've also got webbing loops, kind of like, I guess, Molly. I don't know if you want to call it Molly, but sort of like that. You've got water bladder ports that run kind of like underneath the shoulder of the strap. It's like this little hole right here. And then you've also got water repellent YKK zippers. The only way I'd be able to tell if these were YKK is because they said it on the website, or I could take off this pull tab, but they said it on their website, so I don't really find any need. And these aren't like a AquaGuard YKK thing. They're kind of just a normal fabric. There's no like rubber seal or anything like that on there. So in my opinion, with this bag, you're getting a lot of pros and not very many cons. So let's go over the pros first. All right, so with this bag, honestly, the ergonomics are great. They really just kind of just stick to your body, and like, I feel very mobile. I don't feel weighed down by the bag, and I don't feel like it's gonna restrict my movement at all. So it's a really ergonomic bag. I've gotta applaud Evergoods on the job that they did. It also helps that it's got like, it comes with a plastic board that kind of flexes to your back and provides some structure for the bag. If I'm just totally honest, these zippers are like a pleasure to use. They just feel really smooth. The only issues I have is at this halfway point. It kind of can get stuck a little bit just because of the shape. If it's like bending down, or if you've got this front pocket filled up a lot. But in my experience, these zippers have been just super great. I really like the pull tabs that they've got. They complement the look of the bag. I was thinking like, how could they do the pull tabs better? I was thinking like if they had some type of hypalon sort of thing. But honestly, I think the simpler is better in this case. And I think they just did a really good job with the zippers. They feel great. This bag is also really durable. So this fabric is just, it's so nice. How can I describe it? It's a little coarse to the touch. And I don't know if that sound kind of gives anything away. As you can see, there are some scuff marks right here, which honestly, I think makes the bag look better in my opinion. You've also got this little Evergoods logo, very minimal branding, which I like. But I feel like I can just throw this bag around. It's that PU coating inside. I can't quite show you because there's also an inner lining, but it provides a lot of rigidity to the bag that helps it just keep its shape sort of, and keeps the bag very durable. All right, so I'm not a very active guy, but having two water bottle pockets is actually really nice. So I just recently went on a bike ride with this thing, and I was able to take two water bottle pockets, or two water bottles, my bad, and this thing kind of just crushed it. I feel like it's really important if you're just taking one bag and you need to carry water for two people or something like that, but since I don't go out much, I need water for two people. world. So yeah, the two water bottles pockets are really great, and the fabric is really good too. They're kind of stretchy, so it kind of conforms to the shape of the bottle, and it really complements the rest of the, I guess, the design language that this bag has got going on. So really like the water bottle pockets. This top handle is minimal in the best way possible. And I didn't think I'd be the type of person to nerd out over a backpack handle, but I really like this. Now, if you're gonna get this bag, I wouldn't get it just for that because that's ridiculous. But it complements the bag in the best way possible. It feels very durable. It's very slim and easy to grab, and it's low profile too. So when the bag isn't in use, or when the handle isn't in use, it kind of just adds to like this really clean silhouette that the bag has got going on. And I have to say, I'm a really huge fan of this handle. So there is a lot of space in this bag. Now, unfortunately for some people, it's gonna be a lot of unorganized space. And what I mean by that is it's just gonna be one big hole like that. For me, I like that. We'll get to that soon because there's a specific reason I like that. But yeah, it's got a ton of space. If you're not into the half zip type of form factor, you can always get their Civic panel loader, I believe it's called. I've seen a lot of reviews on those. A lot of people seem to like it. I have not used it myself though. All right, so this bag is actually really low profile. I'm gonna step back for a bit, but like, I just love the way it looks. It looks like a very grown up bag, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it, but like, it doesn't feel like one of those bags that, you know, has a ton of compartments and it's meant for like carrying a gaming computer or something. Like I've seen some like kind of ugly hard shell backpacks that I'm not a fan of. But it feels very modern and very urban is another way to put it. I really like what they did here with like the form factor and the way it just looks on the body. It looks really nice in my opinion. Another thing to mention about this bag, which I feel like might be overlooked by a lot of people, but it's not loud. I'm gonna bring a backpack out in comparison for that, but it doesn't have much jingle. Like the zippers don't really kind of rub together and make a ton of noise. It's a pretty quiet bag. Let me get something else for comparison. All right, this is an old, I think it's a High Sierra backpack that I used to have. It's really loud. Just because of the zippers, it makes the bag kind of like, it's almost like you've got I don't know what you call it, but like when cats have that bell on their collar so you know when they're coming. That's kind of what it's like. Now, this video isn't about this bag, but I just wanted to use it for comparison so you can kind of see how quiet the Evergoods backpack is. All right, now for some of the cons. For as great as this backpack is, there is one major thing for some people. For me, it's not as much of a bother, but the bag does not stand upright. I know for a lot of people that might bother them. It's just the way that it's slanted, like the weight kind of falls to the front, and then also there's just no support on the bottom, so it really just doesn't stand upright. For me, I would rather have a bag that stands upright, but since this bag is so great in my opinion, I can deal with it, honestly. Whenever I'm at lunch, I just put the bag on my leg or something like that, but I can get why that can be a con for some people, so that's why I put it there. One thing that I had a problem with when I first got this bag was lint. It actually attracted a lot of lint. Now, I still get this problem a little bit, and you'll hear a lot of other people complain about this too. There is some lint on it. It's hard to tell between the scuff marks and the lint, but that's just something to keep in mind. Again, it's very minor, but it will attract lint sometimes. Never really bothered me, but I just thought it was worth mentioning. Do you remember that webbing that was on the inside? Yeah, I could never really find very many uses for it. So on the website and in the promotional material, like you'll see a pen through here. I find that my pens aren't long enough to fit through both of the holes. And also, I don't know, man, I just have this pencil organizer, pencil organizer, just because this is really just not useful at all, in my opinion. Again, it takes up no space, so it's not really a problem to have. But I just wish they could have utilized it in a better way. The only thing I can think is like maybe hooking up a carabiner to this or something. But yeah, it's not really that useful. So about that suspended laptop compartment, it doesn't quite feel that suspended, if I'm honest. It definitely is. It definitely is. But from my experience, it just doesn't quite feel like it's suspended high enough. Again, I'm normally really careful with my stuff, but that's just something to keep in mind when you're putting it on the ground really hard or something like that. It's just that I think it's not suspended as high as it could be. Just keep that in mind. So some of the subjective stuff, let's just get that out of the way. I really like the look of this bag. I think that it perfectly suits my style. It's very, like I said before, low profile, and it just blends into the body. I feel like if I was like in an urban environment, like going on subways and stuff, I feel like I could kind of move around without worrying about my bag hitting stuff. Again, haven't really tested that out, but in my experience, the bag just feels really good, and it looks even better, in my opinion. Very minimal, but again, like the handle in the best way possible. So the lack of organization can be a con and can be a pro. It really depends on who you are. For me, it's actually a good thing because I can use pouches and stuff to organize my things. So for example, that I don't have all of them in my bag right now, but that Bellroy pencil case, that's just one example of how I use pouches to organize my bag. And that just makes everything modular, and I can kind of just move everything around from bag to bag, and it makes it super, super easy. Pouches, in my opinion, are they're great, man. Pouches, never would I have thought that I'd be the type of person to nerd out over a pouch. Same thing with the freaking bag handle, but like, pouches, man, they're great. So, the Evergoods Civic half zip 22 liter. A great bag with not many downsides. I think the main thing that's gonna draw people off from this bag is the lack of organization and how it doesn't stand upright. The fact that stuff is gonna be floating around in your bag if you don't have pouches might be a huge issue for some people, so just keep that in mind. Coming in at $189, I think this is a stellar bag. And considering that there's a lifetime warranty with this thing, even better. Makes it extra worth it. So there you have it. That is my review on the Evergoods Civic half zip 22 liter. If you enjoyed the video, why not consider subscribing? And you can also hit the bell below to get notified of new videos. I make videos on tech, productivity, and lifestyle, or I plan to. I know this is a new channel, but yeah, I also write articles on Medium. If you fancy reading, you can follow me there. The link will be in the description. And I'm also on Twitter. That link will also be on the description. Thanks for watching and have a great day.